Okay. It's about 4 p.m. So I think I'll get started. Let me check to make sure. You're picking up my mic, it looks like you are. Perfect. As is the case every week, my name is still Benjamin Moeller, and despite everything, I'm still a paleontologist. And today, I'm getting some work done on an exhibit I've been designing in Shadowbox that should be available in an update very soon. Shadowbox is my free virtual museum that you can access for free through Steam. Right now available to beta test if you have a Windows computer. And this exhibit is kind of showing differences between real fossils, phony fossils, and false objects that look like fossils but are not. And my false fossil is a concretion, a piece of rock that closely resembles a dinosaur egg, but is not actually dinosaur egg. So one of the last pieces for this exhibit that I'm putting together are some photographs of what real dinosaur eggs, eggshell specifically, looks like close up under the microscope. So what you're looking at today are, I'm going to bring 3 different species to look at. The one you're looking at right now is a sauropod called Saltosaurus. These are extremely common eggshell fragments found by the tens of thousands in South America. And already you can see, lots of interesting little pores. So one of the points that I'm trying to make here is that eggshell can be distinguished from egg-like structures that form naturally by the fact that the fetus, the embryo inside of an egg, needs to be able to breathe. There has to be gas exchange between the inside and the outside. So the shell is protecting the animal and insulating it and keeping it moist. It's trapping in moisture, but it doesn't trap in air. There has to be free exchange with the oxygenated air outside. And so a key structure that you can see in eggshells, and this is not just for dinosaurs, this goes for other reptiles and modern birds, they have pores that allow for gas exchange. And so what I'm photographing today is just lots of little pores. So Saltosaurus is up first. I have a piece of an oviraptorid eggshell. That's a predatory dinosaur from Asia. And then I'm going to go over to my fridge and grab some dried chicken eggshell for comparison. So we have a modern example. So 3 different dinosaurs. I'm going to be doing this for the next half hour or so. And as always, you can pitch in to leave a comment. That includes if you're coming back later. I really enjoy it when someone watching this after it's gone live leaves a little message saying that you enjoyed listening. I really appreciate that because this is probably the worst audio production out of any live stream on YouTube. I'm listening to, you're listening to me on a very old blue snowball that is sitting inside of a water jug on the floor next to my radio, which will be playing classical. Right now it's reading news headlines, and I don't particularly want to listen to news headlines right now, so it's quiet, but when the classical returns, I will turn that up so we can listen to that. I really like this cluster of pores over here. So this is the inside of the egg. Many millions of years ago, a dinosaur embryo was up against this eggshell and its various amniotic fluids, I presume? I don't know. I'll have to look that up. And of course, there's no way of knowing whether the dinosaur in this egg actually hatched. And maybe it did. And maybe, like most dinosaurs we presume, did not live very long. Maybe it didn't make it very far outside of the egg. Or maybe it did. Maybe it lived long enough to grow to maturity and leave behind its own clutch of eggs. Or maybe we didn't. There is absolutely no way to know either way. But somehow, against all odds, we have a fragment of the eggshell that this animal started its life surrounded by.
It's 6 minutes past 4 o'clock. I'm Andrew Page. Thanks for tuning in.
Looks like a frowny face. I like this.
83 degrees here on the U of A campus, 81 in Sierra Vista, 78 Bisbee, 83 in Safford. The National Weather Service forecast is calling for clear skies tonight. We're low near 46 degrees here in the Old Pueblo. And we're looking at high temperatures 84 degrees tomorrow and Wednesday. Low 80s on Thursday, back to 84 once again on Friday. Low temperatures each night anywhere from mid 40s to around 50 degrees. But no rain in the forecast.
Hello, Kevin. Welcome. You are looking at eggs. This is a Saltosaurus eggshell fragment. Here, let me show you. I've already taken a couple pictures I really like. This one I think is fun. It's got like a frowny face. Don't ask me, I don't know. There's a cool pattern right there. It's a really interesting cluster. Right there in the middle, you can really see, I think, that might just be a speck, but that really looks like you can see directly where that air pore is. That's really interesting. Right now we're looking at the inside of the egg, and in a minute I'll flip it over and show the outside.
Music of Mozart, March there performed by the Salzburg Mozarteum Orchestra, led by Schaumburg Weg. Support comes from Tucson Subaru. Through the Subaru Love Promise, Tucson Subaru has assisted homeless pets at Pima Animal Care, donated blankets to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, and supported local classrooms with essential school supplies. Details about the Subaru Love Promise are at TucsonSubaru.com. Here's a keyboard sonata by Antonio Soler for harpsichord is Gilbert Rowland.
They're playing some, what is this, harpsichord? Okay, let's flip this guy over.
Harpsichordist Gilbert Roland performing the Sonata by Antonio Soler. Support comes from the Tucson Museum of Art and Historic Block, announcing its annual Golden Gala, presented by the TMA Board of Trustees Saturday, March 15th, with dinner in the galleries, music, and an auction. Details are at tucsonmuseumofart.org/event/golden-gala. Now, a sonata for 3 cellos by Jacob Basevi, and his name is Jacobe Cervetto, who had an extremely long life, died at the age of 101 in 1783. It means he was born 3 years before Bach and Handel, and lived well into the era of Mozart and even a young Beethoven. He's described as an Anglo-Italian Jewish musician, born in Italy, but spent much of his career in England. He wrote for the cello, played cello as well, and he was a dealer in musical instruments. He sold Stradivarius instruments, in fact, in England. Here is that sonata for 3 cellos performed by the Concerto Ensemble.
Welcome to the stream. I'm just wrapping up photographing this fragment of a sauropod long-necked dinosaur eggshell. and I'll move on to a piece of theropod eggshell, which are the carnivorous dinosaurs. Interestingly enough, both sauropods, the long-necked guys, and theropods, the carnivores, are more closely related to each other than they are to the rest of the herbivorous dinosaurs, at least according to conventional understanding. Some people have posited an alternate theory in the last several years, or rather brought back an old theory, and it's still pretty marginal. Yeah, this is fairly close to the actual color of the object I'm looking at. I can make this all kind of colors that I want. I can go pretty wild with this if I desired to. Although the whole point is photography, and you can't really tell when it's cyan like this, you know? That is correct. It's all in the hips. Now I gotta reset this where it was. One moment. How's everybody's Mondays going so far? Hopefully we're off to a good start to the week. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. I'm gonna swap this guy out with a theropod eggshell fragment. This would be, you're looking at the outside view right now. This has definitely a lot stronger color contrast, and that's pretty accurate to what the real thing looks like. Now this is a significantly thinner piece of eggshell than the previous piece, representing a much, much smaller egg. It has everything to do with the mineral composition, what's in the sediment around it when it gets buried. So there might be, just speculating here, oxidized iron in the soil that this one came from. Whereas the previous, more lightly colored piece could be, I know there's a lot of volcanic ash around where those are deposited. It might have been kind of an ash bed, or just some sort of silt. I try to be clear when I'm speaking confidently and when I'm idly speculating, and that is an idle speculation. But the accurate answer is, yeah, it just depends on what's in the soil when these guys get buried and what happens to the soil over millions of years.
On behalf of the staff and volunteers here at AZPN, thank you to everyone who pledged their support for the UA Giving Day campaign. Your gift will help AZPN continue to grow, thrive, and serve Southern Arizona for months to come. If you didn't get the chance to make your gift before we met our goal, consider making your contribution today at support.azpn.org. And thank you. Now, the book 6 of the Songs Without Words by Felix Mendelssohn, an arrangement for violin and piano. Here's violinist Axel Strauss and pianist Cord Gardner.
Okay, let's take a look at the inside. I was gonna Google something and I forgot. I hate that. Check that out. So here's the inside of that theropod egg. In other fossil news for this week, I'm going to be spending most of tomorrow and Wednesday working on cleaning some bones excavated as part of Menifee Expedition 2024. So these are Cretaceous aged fossils from New Mexico that I am currently custodian of and getting clean before they get sent to their ultimate resting place. They were collected on BLM land and therefore belong to everybody. So that work I feel really good about because those fossils are public property. And it means that my effort to clean it, describe it, and let the world know what we found is kind of a cool little act of public service. So I'm a big fan of our public lands. It is not going to be an easy time moving forward being a big fan of public lands, but I just hope people I know in the Forest Service and the BLM keep their jobs because they do some really important work that make paleontology possible.
Well, somehow my eyes just skipped right over that on the playlist. Time for new glasses. That was a theme and variations by Eric Wolfgang Horngold. That's by Richter conducting the Brooklyn Orchestra of Linux. See the new PBS Limited series Great Migration, The People on the Move, at free screening Tuesday, February 21st. Pitch, that's tomorrow. Both the event and parking are free. For more information and reserve your spot, visit azpm.org/greatmigrations. Now we'll get to the book 6 of the Songs Without Words by
right back, and we're going to swap this out with one last dinosaur egg. Hey there, can I call you back in about 10 minutes? Oh, geez. I think I'm set on dinner tonight. Okay. Well, hey, enjoy two pizzas for the price of one. Why not? Well, thank you. Have a good one. Bye. That was fun. My neighbor just called me to let me know she got delivered the wrong pizza. Okay. This may be hard to get a good picture of. This is a fragment of chicken egg I just pulled out of the refrigerator. And it may be just too bright. So this is the inside of the egg, and I think it's still got some amount of its membrane attached. That's really interesting. Okay. It doesn't look like I can get a good shot of the outside, but I had some really cool pictures of the shell on the inside, and I really like. Yeah, this is some really cool stuff. So you'll be able to see these in the upcoming Shadowbox update, which should be dropping fairly soon. Again, it's a free game on Steam that you can download and play, and this will be part of a specialty gallery called Real, False, and Phony. And you'll be able to see some of these pictures in there that I just took right now. And that'll go ahead and do it for this week. I'm suspecting that next week's stream will be a Shadowbox devlog showing the new update. If not, I will find something else to show under the microscope. But thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good week.